Welcome to Quick 5. Please introduce Carbellion to our readers and describe the band in 3 words.
All right, this is Cameron from Carbellion. We are a 5-piece heavy rock outfit out of Wisconsin. And 3 words to describe the band, that's an easy one because this goes way back to the beginning of the band and how people would describe us. And we took to it and kind of just have stuck with it for a long, long time now. 3 words, American heavy rock. It's what we are, it's what we do.
This Is Our Style brings together desert rock, stoner sludge, and traditional heavy rock, while keeping Carbellion's gritty, blue-collar attitude intact. What does this album say about who you are as a band today?
I think this record shows a growth from where we've been previously and kind of what we've done. Everybody always says that about their records, but I think this one really does. Our last record, Weapons of Choice, touched on a lot of different genres. This, I think, pushes it even a little further. We've got a little more rock and roll, a little more punk edge, but still retaining that heavy rock, hard rock, grunge, post-grunge, stoner rock, desert vibe riffs, classic rock influenced kind of thing going on. So I think what people will find new in this is just a little bit more pushing those boundaries to the edges. I think things that are a little bit more this way, or a little bit more that way than previous. Pretty dynamic record, and we're pretty proud of it and think that people are going to dig the versatility and variety of things that we did.
The album was produced by Chris Djuricic and mastered by Andy VanDette, with the goal of giving your sound more punch and depth. Did working with them reveal something new about Carbellion's music?
So we've worked with Chris and Andy for the last 2 records. Predominantly Chris, being the producer, recording engineer extraordinaire. We've worked with him a long time. He did our first 2 records, and then now he's done our last 2 records. And this newest one versus the last one, he pushed us that much further. He pushes me a lot. He pushes the guitar players a lot. He's a good singer, good guitar player, so it's kind of natural he'd kind of weigh in heavy on that stuff. Definitely for me as the singer, it pushes me with harmonies. He pushes me with ideas out of my wheelhouse a little bit sometimes, which ends up resulting in something that I wouldn't have thought of, and kind of pushes the boundaries a bit for me vocally, which I like in hindsight. It's always tough at the time. I always joke we fight like cats and dogs, but in the end, I'm always appreciative of him pushing that way and challenging kind of like my default status quo, how I would do things. On the guitars, he does this. He's very similar with bass and rhythm and lead guitar, as he plays well and has been, a singer-songwriter, done different things throughout his career, and he definitely pushes tones. A lot of different amps, a lot of different ideas come about with leads, rhythms, counter rhythms, things like that. So yeah. And then Andy just does a fantastic job with mastering. I mean, he's a consummate professional who's worked with some of the biggest bands out there, and we're very fortunate that he'll put his magic touch on our records when everything's all said and done.
You have included a cover of Tonic's Open Up Your Eyes alongside your own material. What made this particular song the right choice, and how did you make it feel like a Carbellion track?
Well, this cover was a little bit different for us. When we've done covers in the past, and not on every record, but we will throw one here and there on a record, we've always done classic rock songs from like the 60s and 70s, because that's where a lot of our influence for rock music period comes from, whether it's Sabbath or Zeppelin or Cream or all the way to like Tom Petty or Seeger. We did a Seeger tune. So we've done some different stuff with a lot of classic rock, but this one felt like it was maybe time to try something a little bit different. So we did something from the 90s. A little more alt rock, kind of brought a heavy tone to it. So it's got a little bit more bottom end kind of thunder to it, a little more direct kind of driving delivery, which we think puts a good spin on an already great song. So I think people are going to dig this one.
From I Don't Want to Be Your Dog to Doom Cult and Dire Wolf Straits, the track titles already suggest plenty of attitude. Which song on This Is Our Style has the story behind it that fans would least expect?
I think the song on the new record, from a story and lyrics perspective, that probably has the most Easter eggs and interesting. You got to kind of know if you know our back catalog, because I took a lot from it. Is Seaworthy. Well, Seaworthy is kind of like, it's the 20th anniversary of our first full length record, and called Villains, which is out there digitally if you want to check it out. But I took bits and pieces from every song and culminated them into a story for the song Seaworthy that kind of tells like the story of the band, like the fact that we've weathered a lot of things, we've been through a lot, we've been around a lot, we've had some member changes off and on, and this is kind of that 20-year story of the band, summed up using the lyrics from our debut or influence of lyrics from our debut album Villains on this new song in its entirety. So I think a lot of Easter eggs for people that know Carbellion stuff on this one.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss upcoming content, interviews, and new videos. Thanks for your support.